Hey guys, Gina here. Just stopping in. I wanted to just touch base, see how everyone's doing. How are you responding or reacting during this craziness that's going on in the world? This global pandemic, this global crisis. How are you responding? How are you reacting? Are you taking action or not taking action out of fear? Let me know what's coming up for you. We actually have an opportunity here. This is a very uncertain time. There is a lot of fear and worry and concern, but we also have an opportunity here. We have an opportunity to slow down, push pause, really reconnect with ourselves, who you are as a person, right? Reconnect with yourself, reconnect with your passion, using this time and space that we were given against our will maybe, but using this time and space to really feel into what makes you happy, what lights the fire in your soul, what motivates you, what are you passionate about, connecting with yourself, right? Think about your life. Have you been truly living a purposeful life? What have you done that you really wanted to do? What are your goals? We have time now because we are on pause. Some of us, I'm very fortunate because I do work remotely. All of my clients' sessions, unless I'm doing a speaking event or a workshop, are virtual. I do video conferencing or telephone calls with my clients. But it's what I love to do. So I'm feeling good about that, and I get to support and help others. And I want you to know that I'm also offering complimentary laser focus coaching sessions and support for anyone who is struggling, whether it's a relationship, family dynamics, right? You have parents have the kids home trying to go from being in school to working, learning virtually. So there's a lot of stress there. There's financial challenges and struggles. But we also have a time to connect. This is an opportunity here. When was the last time you actually stopped to really evaluate or reevaluate how you're living and how you're showing up each day? Let's get creative, right? There are people who live alone. There are people who live alone and have nobody, who are isolated. And what can you do? So let's get creative. Some of the things that I've been doing for years with friends or family who don't live close is scheduling like Skype or video calls. Skype now, FaceTime, right? Or Messenger video calls. I'll set a date with a friend or a family member from out of state, and we'll have dinner. We'll meet for dinner. And we'll be on video like this, but we're hanging out, and it's okay. It's different. But it's still an opportunity to connect. Like, avoid spending a ton of time on social media. Avoid text messaging people to check in. Pick up the phone. Reach out, do a video call, right? I've had dinner scheduled many a times with friends from out of state where I put my phone at the table and I've got my glass of red wine and I'm having dinner and my friend's right there. And they're having dinner too, and we're hanging out. And no, we're not in the same state. And now they might be 3 doors down, but we're still connecting. And so what opportunities do we have here, right? Because this is going to be for a period of time, and then we're going to go back to some sense of normalcy, whatever that looks like for you, right? But right now we can still be safe and be creative and enjoy ourselves and others from a distance. So, if you're home and you're bored or you're feeling lonely, reach out. I would be happy to get on the phone or a video call, assuming my schedule permits. I'm busy, but I will make time for someone who actually really needs it, complimentary. I am not asking for payment to support people during this time. Of course, I do have clients who are still looking to work one-on-one with me or in a group, and that's fine. And invest that way, that's fine too. But there are people who are struggling, and I will be there as much as I can. And right now it's a little bit more challenging because I am taking care of, hey guys, I'm taking care of a dog who just had a 95-pound dog, my dog who just had ACL surgery, repair surgery, and he is just a couple days ago, and it's difficult. I haven't slept, so I did actually get to put on some makeup and brush my hair today, which is nice. Feels good. But some of the things that we can do, let's get back to it. Like, put on music. Music fuels your soul. It feels good. Play music around the house. For those of you who like to journal, or even if you don't like to journal, just pick up a pad or notebook and just write down what's coming up for you. What are you feeling? Acknowledge what your experience is. Right? We have to acknowledge what we're experiencing so we can take a pause, take a deep breath, take a step back, and figure out how we're going to move forward. Are we going to move forward in a way that's more productive and healthy, or are we going to make it more difficult for ourselves? Because we do have a choice. We still have a choice. I mean, yes, we are on quarantine and lockdown many places, but we still have a choice of how are we going to experience this challenging time. We can make it more difficult, or we can make it a little bit more enjoyable. And it still may be difficult and challenging, but we still have a choice on the experience we're going to walk away with every day. So play music. I didn't have music on right now because I didn't want to get kicked off Facebook for copyright infringement or whatever. And so I don't have any songs playing now, but I do have music playing in my house. Use this time to clear your physical and emotional clutter. What's going on in your mind? How are you feeling? How are you talking to yourself? How are you talking to others? How are your relationships, right? Sometimes you have your partner at home with you, or other family members or people that live with you are home now, right? And so how are you developing that relationship? Because we have an opportunity. Are you looking to make it more deep and meaningful? Because we have surface level, right? And then we have deep and meaningful relationships. We have an opportunity. Let's use it. I mean, what can we do, right? We're going to worry about everything. We're going to worry about all the things that are not in control. Let's pause and say, hey, what do we have control over? The experience we take away. So we get to choose. So what are you going to choose? What do you want to be experiencing? What do you want to be experiencing with your family or your partner? Right? I am hearing many challenges with relationships now, and I am here to support you. And let me know some of the things that you're doing to stay connected, because we still can stay connected from a distance. Right? The video calls, the telephone, pick up the phone. What is with this text messaging for meaningful conversations? Stop. I am not a texter. I will text to say, hey, I'll be there in 5 minutes, or running late, or just confirming a time. Something quick like that, that's fine. But having a deep and meaningful conversation over text message, to me, I feel like it is, it doesn't feel good, and I try not to acknowledge it. I'm a pick up the phone or video person. Let's talk, whatever it's about, doesn't matter. We'll have a conversation, and that's how I prefer to manifest and build my relationships. I have a wide variety of people who I care about, and I have different levels of relationships. But what I will say is that I show up fully and authentically for each and every one of them, regardless whether I agree or disagree. It doesn't matter. I still show up fully and authentically. So use this time, getting back to what can we do? Let's use this time to clear the emotional and physical clutter from our life, right? Some of the things around the house that you've been putting off doing, we have a little bit more time now. Let's do it. Let's be productive. Let's have fun, play music, dance around. While you're disinfecting everything, dance around, have fun. We still get to smile and laugh and hang out virtually. It's okay. It's fine, right? Enjoy time with those you live with and reestablish that deep and meaningful connection. Ask people in your family, what's going on? What are you experiencing? How are you feeling about all this? And I'm not talking, jump down politics and all this other stuff, but ask them how they're really feeling, because it is a scary time. So many times people want to be seen and heard, so just acknowledge them. It's just an acknowledgement. You don't have to agree. But it's really nice when someone says, hey, how are you doing? And really means it, and then listens when you respond, instead of going, oh, great, and keep walking. No. Really stop and think about what's most important. Because here we are on lockdown with a bunch of people. If you live with people or if you live alone, we can still connect. And we can still make this work. And we can all walk out of this with even better relationships, one with ourselves, and then two with others in our life. We still can build relationships with people who don't live near or even down the road or next door. If you live with someone who feels unwell or is unhealthy, you know what? Do a video call from the back room. You don't have to be in the same room. Take precaution, be safe, and still enjoy, right? Because there will be a time when this passes, and it may be weeks and it may be months, we just don't know. But there will be a time when this passes and we're going to return to normalcy. But what does that mean? What kind of life do you want to have when we do return? When this passes, what kind of life do you want to have? Do you want to go back to what you've been living? And that's fine if you do. Or would you like to try something new and have better relationships or improve relationships or more deep and meaningful relationships? What matters the most to you, right? Is it possible to build and maintain deep and meaningful relationships virtually? Absolutely. And keep a safe distance? Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to get creative. Think outside the box. And as my friend Jen would say, there is no box. You're right. There is no box. Get creative. Stimulate thought and conversation. Ask people in your family. Ask if you're a parent. Ask your kids what's going on. How are they feeling? These kids have enough fear about shootouts in school. And now there's this. Then we have seniors who are not experiencing their senior life, and they may no longer have a prom. And they may no longer get to walk and receive their graduation, their degree. So there's a lot of different emotions going on. How are you supporting yourself, and how are you supporting the people in your life that you care about? Are you asking how people are doing? Are you sending it a text? Or are you picking up the phone, calling? What's going on? What are you doing? Write in the comments below. Let me know how you're connecting, how you're managing, how are you feeling, and what are you willing to do to change your experience? Because we still have a choice, right? I'm not saying it's simple or easy, but it is worth it, right? We have to change the way we think. We have to change the way where our mind is, our habits, our mindset, our habits, behaviors. Things need to shift a little bit. The world is shifting, so what can we do, right? Support those who must go out and work. We have police, fire, healthcare workers. We have essential businesses. There are people who, mass transportation, that are still out there. How are they doing? Right? Check in on them. Make sure that they're okay. Government officials, whomever, just check in on elderly neighbors or friends and family. Use the phone. Surprise someone today and jump in a video call. I like to send a text first and say, hey, can you jump on video? So it's a little less intrusive. And usually they're like, yeah, or sometimes they're like, now's not a good time, I'm in the shower. Yeah, so you don't want to be video conferencing in the shower, but you can still connect with people. There's a lot that we can do to support each other. There is, community means taking care of ourselves and each other, because it's not just about us. This is our community, whether it's a small community that you live in, the larger sense of the community, your county, your state, your country, the world, right? We can still be together and get through this and thrive. It doesn't have to be the challenge of trying to survive all the time. It can still be a thriving environment and an experience, right? We have an opportunity now to reset our body, our mind, and our soul. Really look into what we want to be experiencing in life, the kinds of relationships that we have, those around us. What does our environment look like? Who are the people that you're surrounding yourself with virtually? right? So we do have an opportunity here. I don't want to come on here. This was not like, a fear or worry. This was, hey, let's take the fear and worry. Let's look at the facts. What do we have control over? And let's implement something new, right? Take advantage of this downtime. Take advantage of this time where we push pause on the busyness and the checking tasks off our list. Stop that. Enjoy each other. Spend time with people virtually, connecting, playing games. If you're home with your family, play games. Charades is hysterical. I mean, I haven't played it in years, but I remember laughing my ass off playing charades. It was so much fun. If you have cards, play cards. Make up a game. You can do, if you have a big family or you're around a bunch of people at your house, you could do a vision board kind of workshop where, if you don't have magazines, you can actually, and this is here's some tips for others, and some of you who are on here listening who are coaches and looking for ways to support others. You could do a vision board workshop and people can print out what they're looking for on Pinterest. Copy and paste it in a Word doc and then print it out. So there are ways to get creative, right? And stay safe, take advantage of this downtime, really look inward at your experience, how you want to show up for yourself first and others, and what are you doing? What are you doing to enjoy yourself? What are you doing to make this challenging time more enjoyable? We have an opportunity to connect, so stay safe and well. Emotionally is just as important as physically. This is a very challenging time. Who can you support today? Who can you reach out to say, hey, and I don't mean by text, like pick up the phone. Who can you reach out to and say, hey, how are you? How are you coping? What do you need? Do you want to just talk? Sit on the phone, do a video call. You could do a group video call. Facebook Messenger, if you have Facebook Messenger, you could do multiple people on, and I don't know what their max capacity is, and I know Zoom is offering some free services as well. So you could do video conferences. I scheduled one with a bunch of my friends for Thursday night. We're going to do a group call. And so this too shall pass. We will get through it. Stay stronger together. Let's support each other. Let's come from a place of learning the facts from reliable sources, the CDC, the World Health Organization, right? And let's look at what we have control over, and let's change our experience. So write in the comments. Thank you guys so much. I see all of your comments and many of you joining. Thank you so much. It's nice to be here with you again. I will be popping on a little bit more often in between caring for my injured puppy recovering from surgery. That's challenging. I have not slept since last week, but that's okay because it's what I do for him. I take care of him, but I'm also taking care of me. So we are stronger together. We are stronger together from home. We are stronger together if we're with people, but regardless, we are stronger together. So drop a note in the comments. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know how I can support you. And who are you going to check in on today? What are you going to do differently? How has this impacted you and your mindset? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Dee. Hey, John. Dawn, hey. All right, guys, have a great day. I will be back either later on or later in the week. And let me know how I support you. If you need something, if somebody is really struggling, reach out to me. I would be happy to offer some complimentary laser focus coaching for those in need. And this is what we do. So how can I help you help others? Have a great day.